Yesterday, I watched a movie about a guy who had been playing guitar for 1,000 days, started from scratch. And it was him. He showed his progress, like day 1, day 2, day 5, and so on and so forth, and day 300, day 500, and anyway, on the day 1,000, he nailed a Paul Gilbert song, which is it's really difficult stuff. So it's like top 1% guitar players worldwide now after 1,000 days. And then in the comment section, you see things like this, that, oh man, I've been playing guitar for 20 years and you beat me in 3 years. Now, I smell BS on this one, because I don't think you can say that you've been playing guitar for 20 years unless you actually have been playing continuously for 20 years. Take me as an example. I started playing the guitar when I was 10 years old, and I'm going to be 38 this year. So that means that I've been playing the guitar for 28 years. Wrong. That's not true, because I have not been playing continuously for 28 years. Actually, around 2015, I stopped playing guitar, and I've hardly touched it since then. I even noticed some rust on my fretboards, and I mean, that's a sign, if there ever was one, that I am not playing anymore. So in reality, it's much less than 28 years. I mean, when you write your CV and you put down your work experience, you say you started this year and you stopped this year. I mean, just because you did something 10 years ago, that doesn't mean that you can count it up until today. But somehow I got the feeling that when we were talking with creative endeavors like music or painting or whatever like that, then suddenly it's okay to say that you've been playing for 20 years, even though you probably haven't. I know I haven't, at least. However, I have been playing music because I've been jumping between different instruments, but that's another story. But I just get a little upset with this way of thinking, because it's like, you shouldn't use it as an excuse and to discourage yourself and talk down yourself and say, this guy, he beat me in 1,000 days and I've been playing for 20 years. This guy has been playing every single day probably for 1,000 days. And then there's no wonder that he can do something that seems like a miracle. Continuity, consistency, keep practicing and keep doing it every day. That is the secret, no matter what domain in life you're talking about. Keep showing up. There's nothing more important than that. And then you will succeed. Because how long does it take to establish a habit? Well, the answer is forever, because as soon as you stop doing it, it's not a habit anymore. I got that from James Clear. So it's worth thinking about. And my message is, don't discourage yourself when you see feats like that. You should use it as a motivational boost instead. Like, hey, I could also do this in 1,000 days. But you must want to do it so that you can find the motivation to keep practicing. And do it every day, and you'll get there. Have a nice evening.